Welcome to today's show. I'm Tony G, and on today's show, we're going to be teaching you, or I'm going to be teaching you the basics on how to learn how to DJ. Basically, how to blend music, get it on its key points, basically at its breakpoints, and I'll show you. I'll go over some of the basics, but first, you have to know your music. Um, Basically, what it comes down to is you have to know what kind of music you're working around. Most of the stuff is the dance music that I normally use or work on or work with is usually has 16 bars of separation. Now, if you don't know about music structure, one bar is exactly four counts when it comes to dance music. Okay, so what is a what is a four count? It's basically one, two, three, four, and then you start all over again. One, two, three, four. Okay, that would repeat normally 16 times, and once you count that in, that's normally the beginning of most dance music and music that we're working on with today's type of sound. So, give you a good instance. I want to start off with a small. I want to start off with a track here. Hopefully, we won't get hit with copyright infringements. But let's see here. Now, the idea is to be able to blend at its breakpoints. Now, most of today's music has an intro, which is what you're hearing now, and you'll be able to hear the subtle changes in the music as it's going along. And that'll be your key break. That'll be your break point, like right there. There's one change right there, and you'll usually get that for another 16 bars. You'll be able to hear some subtle changes and some small little things happening in and out, of which the idea is to blend the next song to this beat. Now, to some people, it's easy.
It's just a matter of time.
And for some people, it just it comes like second nature. But all in all, the best way to do that is have a good set of headphones so you could pre-hear what you're gonna blend into the song that's already playing. So here's your song that's already playing. And I want to pull up another track here. And you'll be able to hear what's going on this other CD player. And the idea is to be able to match what you're going to be blending. Okay, so let's hit a break point. Now there it is, already on beat. Now, most of the music that I play is around 124 beats per minute.
It's just a matter of time.
What I just did, I just created a loop. Now, the idea to be able to create a loop is real simple. The idea is to grab it right on the beat. And most of your CD players will help you with this because most of them automatically quantize your loop section. Now, depending on what kind of gear you have, like for instance here, this is what's the actual standard in most of today's clubs. So if you can't afford something like this, there are other alternatives. Normally the same brand, you get the same quality, and you'll be able to do the same things as you do here. And here's your loop in and your loop out. Okay, now it's a little offbeat, but that you can actually fix. Now there's a bit of a stutter there, but you can blend to it. Now, when you're going to try to blend something, always try to have your music queued up. Especially I'm beat now, and you normally don't get it on the first try, so that's why you normally listen to it on your headphones. This would be what you would normally hear on your set of headphones before you start blending. And people use different styles of blending. Some people use a crossfader. I don't normally use a crossfader because of the type of music I play. There's other ways to blend it. You can blend with the actual different frequencies itself. You could actually filter it in or out. And here's I'm going to show you a good example right now. That was a pretty smooth blend. Not as smooth as I'd like it to be, but considering I did it without headphones and I didn't use a sync button, which is the key to be able to blend stuff correctly. Now, your equipment is the key to what you're doing. A lot of times, the better the equipment, the better the tools you have. Now, in this instance, yeah, a lot of people can't afford a mixer such as this one. This is a DJM 2000, but there are other alternatives, okay? And they usually come down in price from this one, and there's others that are about the same price, and yeah, you get a lot of bells and whistles, but as you grow, if you're just starting, you may not have to get something this expensive. There are other alternatives, but the idea is the same. To be able to blend one song to the one that's already playing. Now I'm going to start blending another song to what's already playing here, but I'm going to get it right at the breakpoint. Give me 1 second, let me find another track right here, and hopefully this one will not get us hit with any kind of copyright. And let's see here. Go. Now, what we're listening for is that first beat. Okay, so it's going off beat already, so I know I have to adjust it. Sometimes you can't get it right on the first or second try. Usually by the third try, you're pretty much close enough to where you can start blending. And
It's just a matter of time.
here's your break point. And there it is, another smooth transition. Okay, now most DJs, they do this with their ears and a set of headphones, but in order for me to show you what's going on with what I would normally listen to, you're hearing both sides. Now remember, there's different ways of actually blending. I showed you one way the first time. The second way was just a straight out blend. And you can actually echo your way out, or do some other effects. And it's basically up to your imagination and how good you can do. A lot of people use other types of effects like scratching. Scratching was a fundamental part back in the late 80s and basically the early 90s, especially with a lot of the house music, where it actually needed that little push, that little difference that a DJ could do. Today's music doesn't really require it. It is a bit of an extra though, but it's not a necessity. The biggest necessity when you are blending is to make sure that you have stuff that's within the same beats per minute, and preferably within the same key. And a lot of times you will be able to hear when something is just off key. Yeah, it may be on rhythm, but it may be off key, and it's gonna sound like caca, and that's not what you want. So I'm gonna give you another example. I'm gonna blend in another song. Give me a second here while I grab another track. Now we always find that first downbeat. So let's try another song. That one's a very slow beginning. There you go, zombie. And there you go, another smooth transition. And that one happened to go right the first time. It just so happened to be close enough to where I can actually push it a little bit forward and get it to land right on beat. Sometimes it's not that easy. Sometimes the percentage is off a little too much and you got to push a little bit further. But sometimes you won't get it right on that first try. It may look easy. I've been doing this for a lot of years, so don't be fooled. Always try to keep up with today's music. Try to know what's coming up, and make sure you listen to it and go through the breakpoints.
This is why I'm doing it.
So as we
This
go
is why
along,
I'm doing it.
here's another. I'm going to put out one more track and give you one more simple demo. And play one more song here. Find something. Okay, here it is. It's that first beat, that first downbeat. Okay. Well, it's pretty much close to being on beat there. Okay, so now you just wait for the break point on your other song, and here it comes. There you go. And that is Blending 101. Now, try to join me back next week as I'll bring you some other things regarding DJing. I'll be showing some more advanced techniques, different ways of and different effects, such as beat juggling. Not easy. I haven't done it in a while. I'm a bit rusty. Hey, but for you guys, I'm going to try to show you what I can. And up until next time, this is Tony G. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next week. Thanks.